Hi, Moganavalli. So let's take a look at this another set of essays that you sent us. Okay, becoming dependent on the internet and phone. Let's see what you wrote. Experts throughout both the developing and developed worlds. This should be have debated whether people who are contingent in using internet and smartphones have negative impact or not. This essay will discuss both sides using examples from the UK government and Oxford University to demonstrate and prove arguments. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things in this introduction. This feels absolutely like the wrong word. I understand that you're trying to find a synonym for dependent, but this is not the best word you want to choose. It doesn't really work in this context. And then some of the grammar was a little off here, so let's look at that again. Let's see, have debated whether people who rely on the internet and smartphones have a negative impact or not. Well, not even have a negative impact, but are impacted negatively or not, perhaps. Okay, or are affected negatively or not, even better. All right, so just a few little changes there. And then let me tell you what my issue with this sentence is. Even though it's lovely, I mean, there's no errors in it, you actually haven't answered the question. It's not asking you just to discuss both sides. It's asking you if the benefits of this dependence, of this reliance, are more than the disadvantages. Okay, so it's really important, if you're aiming for at least a band 7, to answer that, and to answer it as early as your introduction. All right, so this is not going to help you if you're aiming for a 7. So let's move on. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that supports the idea of using internet and phones. No. Let's fix the grammar here. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that supports the idea of using internet and phones, making people more sociable with an incredible online experience. All right, it's not the most natural kind of language, but at least now it's accurate. Okay, so the central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, people share their moments instantly and can even find their lost relationships with the help of social networking applications. For example, recent empirical research by the UK government demonstrated that there are 65% of people using applications like WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to share pictures and information. Okay, not there are, but demonstrated that 65% of people. All right? Secondly, the internet has enhanced the e-commerce business and making people convenient that brings services to the doorsteps. All right, we have to fix the grammar here. So let's try it again. Secondly, the internet has enhanced e-commerce business by conveniently bringing services to people's doorsteps. Okay? And maybe not even just services, but, well, items, basically, products. So let's fix that again. So it has enhanced the e-commerce business by conveniently bringing products to people's doorsteps. Okay? Therefore, it is conclusively clear that people are becoming more dependent on this technological advent. Okay, this is a little awkward here, technological advent. But apart from that, you haven't really talked to us about dependence. Yeah, you mentioned it here, and that's important, but you didn't really say anything in this paragraph that demonstrated any sort of dependence. You said here that, okay, great, we're being more social, we're finding lost friends, etc., but that's it, okay? And then here you had a wonderful opportunity to talk about dependence, because can e-commerce survive without the internet? No, it can't. So that's one thing you could have developed, that these people whose business rely on the internet, or who they're based through the internet, they absolutely rely on it. So that would have been something you could have talked about. All right, but here, just because we're using it, it doesn't mean that we rely on it, does it? It doesn't mean we're dependent on it. So that's, it wasn't entirely on topic. It sounded like you were talking more about the positives of the internet, but not necessarily, this dependence, which is taking it a step further. Let's move on now. On the other hand, although there was a case of improved benefits in this cutting-edge technology, improved benefits too, it directly impacts no. You have to change the grammar here. I understand that you're trying to use a sentence structure that you learned in the template, and that's wonderful, and in the online course, but you also have to use it appropriately. So, let's fix this. Although there is a case of improved benefits to this cutting-edge technology, the impact it has on teenagers' lifestyle cannot be overstated. Okay? Do you see you have to change it? For example, the extensive study by Oxford University, let's try that again. An extensive study by Oxford without the Oxford University shows that 54% of the youth are spending 40 hours a week on social media, which affects their studies considerably. Nevertheless, parents and the educators should educate them to limit the time frame for socializing and the right usage of the technology. Okay, you had an opportunity here to talk about dependence. All right, you said it was affecting their studies. All right, and that's good, because that's showing this negative of dependence. And so you needed to explore that a little bit more. Maybe you could say that, since the advent of all these social media platforms, fewer students are getting into university because their grades are low, because they're spending all their time on social media. So talk about the negatives of this dependence. This sentence didn't really help you. Okay, you should have explored this all a little more, gone into a little more depth about it. And then, again, this for me was the wrong way to conclude this paragraph. So let's continue. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that there are advantages, advantages in using this indispensable tool in everyone's life for better connectivity and lifestyle. It is predicted that the internet and smartphones will increasingly grow in importance due to the above-mentioned benefits. Okay, so here's another suggestion for you. If you are more in favor of the benefits, I would put the benefits at the bottom. Okay, start with the side that you don't really support, and then finish off strong with the side that you do support. It's just a suggestion. Think about it. Now, again, though, you're talking about the advantages of using the tool, but you didn't, again, talk about the dependence on this tool. And so that's going to cost you in terms of task achievement. Let's see. The other thing that I want to bring up is that you really didn't talk about the phone. Did you mention it? Yeah, you did. Look, internet and phone. Great. Okay. But you didn't really explore the phone at all. And it doesn't say specifically smartphone, but it just says phone in general. Okay, so it could just be talking about landlines. We don't really know, but you definitely didn't discuss it at all. Definitely not here either. Okay, so in terms of task achievement, there are things that are missing. And then as far as grammar is concerned, there are also some things that you need to work on a little bit. All right, some more accurate sentence structure. So keep those things in mind and be a little more cautious with your grammar. All right, let's take a look now at your task 1. All right, here it is. You're writing a cover letter for a job. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Sir, capitalize your S. I'm writing in response to the advert for a senior software engineer in the Hindu newspaper on this date. My educational AL background entails a bachelor's degree with first-class honors in communications from Victoria University, not the, we don't say the usually, as well as a master's degree in telecommunication engineering from the same university, where I assisted in the development of novel modulation techniques in the area of communication. Moreover, I have participated in various competitions in developing solutions in reducing the bit error rate by implementing a modulation method when I was a teenager, and so my passion towards working with this type of industry is considerable. Okay, I like what you did here. All right, it's very clear that you're talking about your energy and enthusiasm. There's no doubt about that. I thought you did well. My problem with this is that you've got this paragraph here, which is just one sentence, and it's a very long sentence. So it would have been far more effective if you had broken it up into 2 sentences, okay? And then it would have read more appropriately grammatically, and then also a little bit more like a paragraph. It would have made sense for you to put it in its own paragraph, okay? Let's see. Let's see if I can come up with how you could have separated this, because there were also, you know what else happened here? It was a little heavy. You had a lot of these like structural words. So in developing solutions, in developing, by implementing. Okay, so a lot of this felt really heavy. And because these are structural words and they're not words that particularly carry meaning, it does make the sentence a little, not necessarily harder to read, but doesn't flow as well as it could. So let's see if we can come up with something else. All right. Moreover, I participated in various competitions where I developed solutions to reduce the bit error rate by implementing a modulation method when I was a teenager. Full stop. These experiences further indicate my passion for working in this type of industry. All right, something like that would have worked. All right, let's move on. I have been working in OptiThought. Shouldn't thought be capitalized? I have been working in OptiThought as a senior engineer for the last 8 years. My main responsibilities centered around managing a team of 10 developers to provide solutions to telecommunication problems. I believe that this team management and problem-solving ability makes me a suitable candidate for the senior software engineer position at your esteemed organization. Please find my CV attached for your perusal, and I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully. Don't forget the comma here. Okay, it's lovely. It's very good. Okay, yeah, there were some pieces that were awkward, but that's something that we can easily cover. Not really huge, but I do want you to fix them. All right. You covered all the points in the essay, in the letter. So as far as task achievement goes, I think you did well. Organization was fine. Vocabulary for the most part was fine. So just those things about grammar I want you to be careful with. All right. Go ahead, correct these, and let's see more work from you, Moganavalli. Good luck to you.